Tonight on Daily Planet, before we can run here, we've got to learn to walk here.
We'll head to a facility that hopes to keep us safe from any kind of storm.
Actually, we'll head to a lot of places and help you tour the world.
Ready to be carried up, up, and away?
1, 2, 3.
Hi, welcome to Daily Planet. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Dan Riskin.
And I'm Zai Tong, and tonight we are taking you to the Earth's extremes.
That's right, we're gonna go deep underwater off the coast of Hawaii.
And we're gonna head high up above the planet for a very special 4K view.
But first, who'd have thunk it? To survive the harsh terrain of the Antarctic, you gotta hit the desert. Inhospitable and bitterly cold. It sounds pretty unappealing. But for military and space researchers, Antarctica is an ideal place to train for challenging missions. Perfect, just not easy.
Difficult to operate there. Safety is a big problem. So most of the expense of operating the program is in providing safety and security for people. Robots can open that envelope considerably. You don't have to worry so much about where they go and whether they're safe.
James Lever is part of the Cold Regions Research and Engineering Lab in New Hampshire. He's come all the way to Chile to meet Ian Hughes and his team. They've created the PolarTRACER, a rover designed to make life safer in Antarctica.
The Chileans operate annually a traverse across to the Argentinian station. The two are separated by 100 kilometers or so. There's difficult terrain in between, including crevasses, cracks in the ice that present a safety hazard. With the PolarTRACER rover, find the crevasses or make sure there aren't crevasses between the Chilean station and the Argentinian station.
Eventually, PolarTRACER will head up the convoy, mapping out a safe route with sonar and ground-penetrating radar. But it's still a prototype, built here in this tiny lab.
I think we're ready to go now. We're gonna start packing.
Okay, let's go. And today, it's going out for its very first spin.
Okay, so we're gonna load the... We need to make sure it's very tight because we're gonna go on some sand dunes. So this is Howard. Howie. This is our company dog.
The dunes provide shifting, uneven terrain similar to snow. Excellent for early testing.
We need some sort of rough terrain where the vehicle slips a lot, where it has to climb and go down, and to get like a grasp on how it behaves.
The kind of place only 4x4s get through.
Right now, these guys here are deflating the tires. We need a lower pressure to climb up these dunes. We're expecting to do the tests on the other side. We're setting up the base camp here. The idea is to have the computers, the antennas, and everything set up here. It's very important that the guys start also gathering the data that the vehicle will be picking up. It's an important moment for the project. It will basically tell us if we're going to move forward faster or if we have to go back to the drawing board.
Things are moving anything but fast right now.
We encountered the first problem, but they're going to do a bypass from the big battery that controls all the actuators to the small battery that controls the ignition. It shouldn't be that complicated, hopefully.
Engines on, it's time for the rover to prove that it can move.
We made it start, so that's good. Now, communication is not as good as we thought. It's one of the things we wanted to test anyway.
Commands aren't getting through, and the rover's slipping.
And they're deflating the wheels a bit. It was losing traction too fast, so But otherwise, I think we could start escalating now in the test. So it's not going as fast as we thought it would, but it's going well. There's tons of different rovers and autonomous vehicles. The special thing about this one, what we're trying to design here, this vehicle is supposed to be learning from the terrain to quickly adapt to it. The main goal, basically, is to understand the terrain under the vehicle.
That will come later. Today, it just needs to pass its driving test.
We'll probably get stuck in the sand for a few times. In places like this, it's no problem, of course. We can just push it away. But in places like Antarctica, with this vehicle would be going ahead of a convoy, there is no chance of rescuing it or helping it to get unstuck.
Not too bad for its first time out. Gentle nudges aside.
At some point, it didn't react as we were expecting it. Some mechanic adjustments need to be made. Also, some connectors weren't tight enough, so they're trying to figure out what is loose now. The test went well. We made quite a few runs, so I think everyone was learning a lot from the process. From this, we need to actually learn to start improving this prototype iteration after iteration. For the first test, I think it was a good first run.
James Lever agrees.
This kind of rover might be able to expand the range of terrain that the rovers can operate in. I think it could be a very good mission, and I think that they'll do a very good job with it.
Now, there are some vehicles that aren't bound at all by earthly concerns like rugged terrain.
Nope, this NASA mission is all about flying high with the greatest of ease in a scientific balloon.